Alright, we're going to be starting a new project, and this time you're going to be doing a magazine. You will be put together in groups to do this. I will group you according to, do you remember the personality types that we did? Alright, well, we're going to be doing it using those as a little bit of a guideline to put you into your groups. I'm not going to group you with people that are like you. I'm going to mix the groups up. And here's why. Let's say we have a group that has 4 people in it that are very headstrong leaders. What's going to happen in that group? Are they going to be arguing mostly?
Yeah.
Is there going to be anything that really gets done? No, because you're arguing, okay? Now, what if we have a group that has people in it that nobody really is a natural leader and nobody really wants to step up? What's going to happen in that group? No work in that group either. Why? Because they're not going to want to step up, right? Okay. So here's what's going to happen. In Blackboard, I'm just going to show these to you. Under the 3rd marking period, there's a folder here called Cyberbullying Magazine Project. When you open that folder, there's a couple of things that you're going to have to do in here. First of all, this 16 personality type screenshot. Now, I realize you guys already emailed that to me before, or you were supposed to, but we're going to start utilizing Blackboard more, so I'm going to have you actually upload that graphic to me again and turn it in as a grade on here. But right here there's a link, and it's a link to a Google form that looks like this. You're going to put in your last name, your first name, your class period, use your school email address, that's your ID number at crowleyisdtx.me, and then you're going to type the 4 letters of your personality type in all caps. For example, it could be INTJ. The only 4 letters that you're going to have, it could be an I or an E, an N or an S, a T or an F, a J or a P. It's a 4-letter code. And you got that whenever you took the screenshot of your results. Now, on mine, it was, I want to say it was INFJ, and it called me the protagonist. I don't need to know on here that you're the protagonist. I need to know that you are INFJ or whatever it is. Those 4 letters, that's what I need on this form, and put them in all capital letters. After you do that, click submit. Let's make sure that what did it do to my Blackboard? It made it go away, didn't it? Okay, well, we'll go back to Blackboard. After you take care of that, you're going to have to go back to your Blackboard, and in there you will finish the assignment by uploading your screenshot that you took when I had you turn this in last 6 weeks. Alright, so here it is right here. Attach your screenshot from the results page to this assignment. You should already have that screenshot saved. You should already have that somewhere. Then you're going to go in and you're going to set up your account on what's called Jillster. Here's a link to it right here. You're going to click on that. If I click on it, it's just going to take me to my page. But when you get there, you're going to go to log in, but you're going to have to tell it, I don't have an account, so I need to create one. So you're going to create an account. And you know how on all of your other accounts I've told you to use a different email other than your school email address? For Jillster, I want you to use your school email. The reason being, I'm going to send you invites to edit your group's magazine. I will set it up as the managing editor so that I can see what you're doing at all times. And I will send you invites, and it's going to be easier for me to use your ID number at crowleyisdtx.me rather than try to figure out what your Gmail address is and get all of those in. So set it up using your school one. Let's see. Let's go back here to Jillster. All right, this is Jillster right here. These are some of the magazines that they put together last year. What we can do with these, there's a way to share them, but I'm just going to show you an example of one or two, because there's some really good ones in here that they did. These look like real magazines. You can actually have them printed. You can just flip through the pages. Now keep in mind, a magazine is not like a PowerPoint where you kind of want to keep everything the same, like your fonts and images and things like that, and graphics and the setup and your backgrounds and stuff. This is a magazine. You can be a lot more creative with that. There's different, lots of information in here. I'll be giving you some notes that you can use for this. Let's see. Let me find the other one that's really good. This one. So you can get an idea of some of the information that might go in here. The cyberbullying survey that you did, we're going to be using those results to give you some statistics, you know, just from our school and our area. But you will also be researching other statistics just in general. Here's all kinds of different articles about it.
Is that how y'all gonna do the yearbook?
No. Alright, so there's some examples of the magazines. This one, they did a really good job on this one too, so I'll show it to you. I think it's having a hard time downloading. And we'll go back to the front. Alright, here we go. Now we can open it. Alright, so anyway, these are all different examples of how they put their magazines together. I don't expect yours to look like anyone else's. I expect you to cover the material in your magazine, but how you put that magazine together is up to you. Let me show you kind of how these work. Alright, notice that there's all these pages here. Notice that chief editor right here has me listed as the chief editor, and then I have the group leader. Whoever the leader of that group is also a chief editor, and that means that they have access to edit all pages in there. They can edit anything that needs to be edited in there. But notice that other members of the group have specific pages assigned to them, and they're not allowed to edit any other pages but those. So when you have your group all set up, some of you obviously will be group leaders and you will be able to edit everything, but others of you will only have 1 or 2 pages that you will be responsible for. Let's see. These little green check marks means that these people finished their pages and published them. And now that this whole thing has been published, if they wanted to, what they could do is they could actually order a printed copy of this if they wanted it. And they would send you a printed magazine. Now we're not going to do that because it does cost money to get them printed. But what we will do is we will share them onto a website where other people can look at them. They'll be able to preview them just like we did, just by clicking the pages and read through it. Alright, again, you guys are going to need to do the Google form right here. You're going to need to attach the screenshot here. And then for your Jillster, you're going to have to set up the account. And after you log in to Jillster, when you get logged in on your main screen, you're going to have to take a screenshot of that and send it to me where I can see that you're logged in. I can see your name over here. See where it has my name? I need to be able to see your name so that you have that account set up. And it is extremely important that you actually set it up with your school email this time. Any other accounts, I don't really have a problem with you setting them up on other things. I'd rather you do it that way, but for this one, please use your school email for this one. Are there any questions so far? Alright, this is where we're going to kind of stop with this today, because your setup today is all you're going to do. You're going to answer that Google form. You're going to send the screenshot. You're going to set up your Jillster account and send me that screenshot. So there's 4 little steps that you need to complete today. And then I'm going to start working on your groups as soon as I have everybody's personality type, so that I can mix you up according to making it a really different group, so that we have leaders and we have people who are good at different areas of the project. Because it's no fun to have everybody doing the same thing. You're going to want different people with different talents in your group. Another thing that you're going to have to keep in mind while we do this, you may not work with everyone that is in your class. There may be people in your group that are in other class periods, because I'm going to have to mix you all up. But since this is a collaborative project, you are able to talk to each other within the editing. Let's see if I can find the setting on here. But there's a way that you can converse about your magazine. That's not it. You go back to a different one. Let's look at this one. Alright, you can, I may have to look for the setting, but I know that there's a way that you can actually leave messages for each other here, and you can talk back and forth about what needs to be done on the magazine. And if they have taken that feature away, then you can still collaborate electronically even between class periods. If you have a person in your group that's in 7th or 8th period, you can say, hey, I got this much done, I need you to do blah blah blah. Okay, you can let them know, hey, I got this done, this is your responsibility. And those of you that end up being group leaders or chief editors, you're going to have to make sure that you're conversing with everyone in your group so that everybody knows what they're responsible for. So get that in your mind, that you may not work with just people that are in your class period. You're going to have people from outside of your class period as well. Again, are there any questions about this? Are there any questions about what you need to get done in class today? Alright, then we are going to stop right here.